Hi everyone, my name is Martina. I am certified holistic nutritionist, and in today's video we're going to be touching the topic of cholesterol. Now, cholesterol has got a bad rap and a lot of shame and blame about late 90s, early 2000s, where we've been told that this is responsible for arterial plaques, for certain cardiovascular diseases, and that the food that is containing cholesterol is unhealthy and we should be not eating it, right? Now, this has led to a lot of phobia around cholesterol. This has led also to influx of variety light or fat-free products into our grocery stores and supermarkets, right? As well as the plant-based butters, the vegetable margarines, right? Now, claiming that these are the healthier counterparts of the animal products or the healthier counterparts of the full-fat versions. Now we know it's not true, and just the contrary. Many of these products are much more unhealthy than the full-fat counterparts or the versions, right? Now, let's cover the basics of cholesterol first. It is a fat, it is a lipid that is not soluble in water, and hence also not in our blood. And it is bound to various transport proteins, which we commonly know as HDL, VDL, or VLDL, or otherwise are referred to as good and bad cholesterol. Now, cholesterol has multiple functions in the human body, and it can be at the greatest extent found inside of each cell. And it is responsible for building and protecting the cell. It's found in cellular membrane. It is also serving as building up and isolation of our nerve tissue and organs. It's also part of the bile and hence takes part in the fat digestion, but also, last but not least, is responsible for production of certain hormones such as testosterone, progesterone, cortisol, or even vitamin D. It is so incredibly important for human body that nearly every cell can produce cholesterol. But to the greatest extent, it comes from liver. It's being produced in liver. Also in brain. Brain itself is made of cholesterol. About 20% of brain is really cholesterol. And then in gut mucosa. So what about the food? Now, food containing cholesterol are animal products, are eggs, is butter and lard. It's also full-fat dairy. It does have, it's contained also in fatty fish, in oysters and mussels, right? So these are the foods that are naturally rich in cholesterol. Now, our body uses both, that one which is produced inside of our body by liver and brain, etc., right? As well as the one that we eat, it comes from the food. But 90% of the entire cholesterol need comes truly from our own body production. Hence, the 90% is cholesterol from liver, produced by liver or by brain, etc., and only 10% is from food. And so we see that the food we eat in terms of cholesterol-rich food by far has not the significant influence on our blood cholesterol levels, as we've been told back then, and as it is still being quite often promoted. Now, we also have to say that the cholesterol levels constantly fluctuate. Cholesterol levels in blood constantly fluctuate, right? And so if we go for tests and we get the measurements done, we see certain levels, which is reflecting only that particular moment when the blood was taken, right? If we had taken the same test 2 or 3 days later, it would have been most likely different. Now, I have mentioned that cholesterol has been connected, or still is to a certain extent connected, to arterial plaques and to cardiovascular diseases. However, arterial plaques are made from cholesterol only from very small amount or in very small amount. It is, they are made pretty much out of protein, calcium and collagen and a little bit of cholesterol. Now, when these compounds mix together or bind together, they are creating sort of cement-like substance or glue-like substance that is being used as repair, quote unquote, for damaged arteries, arterial linings, arterial walls, right? What is damaging our arteries is pretty much free radicals, first and foremost, right? The free radicals are entering or being created in our body through various means. One is environmental pollution, but the greatest one is smoking, right? Another way how our arteries can be unhealthy is sedentary lifestyle, so lack of exercise, and food and nutrition, which is low in phytochemicals and various vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, and food that is rich in heavily processed foods, trans fatty acids, a lot of trans fats, and all the unhealthy stuff which we should not be eating, right? So it's a combination of multiple factors. So when we have constantly elevated cholesterol levels, it usually comes hand in hand with other health conditions, such as high blood pressure, such as blood sugar problems, right, or insulin resistance, but also with obesity, right? And this is the issue, this is the problem, all three of them. Not only the single-standing cholesterol elevated levels. Now, what can we do to avoid this process or reverse this process, right? And it comes always to the same old things, and that is nutrition and the lifestyle. And especially antioxidants are in the prime role and the key solution to decrease the cholesterol levels in our blood and clean up the arteries. And so vitamin C and vitamin E are the two most potent antioxidants which we can get from the food and from the nutrition, right? Hence the citrus fruits, lemons, grapefruits, limes. Then we've got berries that have also vitamin C. We've got rosehip and buckthorn, kiwi fruit and bell peppers. They are also a wonderful source of vitamin C, as well as acerola cherry or camu camu. So these are the vitamin C rich foods. Vitamin E is fat-soluble vitamin, right? So it's found in peanuts and almonds and the hazelnuts, as well as in some oils, but we should stick to the most natural foods, right? Rather than adding the oils. And I would be highly discerning and highly conservative with adding some oils into the food in case we do have problems with high blood pressure or obesity and increased cholesterol levels in our blood, right? Now, further antioxidants can be are present in all vegetables, really. Leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables, root vegetables, any sort of vegetables is a wonderful source of antioxidants and various phytochemicals, right? It's also berries. And so all these need to be included in our nutrition so our body can cope better with all the free radicals, right? Because that's ultimately what is important for this kind of health status. We need to decrease the amount of free radicals, and that is the antioxidants are the key to that solution, right? The key to that problem. Antioxidants are the solution. So we see that it is not cholesterol in this case that is a problem, right? It is not a cause, it is a symptom pointing to a greater or smaller or greater disbalance in our body caused by bad lifestyle, caused by smoking, sedentary sitting lifestyle, and lack of exercise, and wrong nutrition, right? And it's not necessarily the egg or the fatty fish that would be causing this kind of elevated cholesterol levels, as we been saying right now, as I was describing, but it is the lifestyle and smoking and the free radicals that are entering or created in our body that are causing this problem, right? Now, to decrease the cholesterol levels through the medication is certainly not a solution, not in the long run anyway. The truth is that low cholesterol levels are far more dangerous than elevated one, as we've seen in so many studies. And so the statins, which are being commonly prescribed to decrease the cholesterol, is just suppressing the symptom. It's not a solution. And this is the common practice in so many ways in Western medicine, that we are addressing and targeting the symptom without really coming to the cause and addressing the cause. So don't be fearful of free-ranged egg here and then if you eat these kind of foods. Don't be fearful of a little bit of proper organic butter if you eat these foods, right? If we combine the nutrition in the conscious way with sufficient amount of antioxidants and phytochemicals, we don't need to be afraid of this kind of foods. If we exercise regularly and if we keep our heart healthy, we do not need to be afraid of these foods, right? So don't be fearful of cholesterol because it's very much needed. And we need to emphasize the health from the holistic point of view. So that's all for now. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you learned something. And I would appreciate if you subscribe to this channel and perhaps share this video with someone else who may find it helpful. So that's all, and I'll see you next time.